Welcome back, you guys. Happy Sunday. I am Z, and this is my husband, Charles. And as always, just a reminder to like and subscribe down below. And so Charles and I were talking, right? And we've been a little bit, I think, frustrated over the past few days thinking about Christmas. And Christmas is in how many days?
It's next Thursday.
Yes, right?
So that's like 4 days.
Correct. And we've been talking about what are we going to do Christmas Day? What are we going to do with the kids for their winter break? And I think we both have been a little bit frustrated. We have some differing views in the plans for Christmas Day and how to approach this time off for the kiddos and time off for ourselves also.
But before we talk about that, tell them about your nails.
Oh, yeah. Can you see? Can you see? Okay. So, side note, I love having my nails done. I don't like the process of going to the nail salon and getting my nails done. You know, if you guys are nail fanatics, it can take an hour or two to get your nails done. Nor do I like the price of getting my nails done. Nor do I like when one of my nails break and I have to try to find the time during my week to go and get a nail repaired. And so I've been hearing things from like my patients online about press-on nails. And I must say, I'm addicted. Okay? What was it? Last week, Tuesday, my husband, my special husband, volunteered to help me glue these little red nails on.
And it was so much fun.
And can you believe on Amazon they were less than $10? I'll put the link down below. And they've been holding up. I mean, I had one or two that popped off, but for the most part, they held up. And when they pop off, there's extra nails in the set that you can easily put on. But I think my right hand has lasted for the past 4 days. And my left hand, it had one that popped off after I banged it. But after I re-glued that one nail, it lasted for the next 3 days. And that's pretty good to me for some press-on nails for less than $10. But anyway, if you guys haven't tried it, try the press-on nails.
Way better than they were in the 80s.
Yes. Anyway, back to what's got us a little frustrated. Let's talk about our Christmas Day frustration.
Okay, I'll start. So about a month ago, I had this idea, and we might have talked about it on a different video, but I thought, let's take the kids on an adventure for Christmas, because Christmas Day we normally just sit around, nothing's open, you always end up looking for something to do, getting a little bit stir crazy, and so I went to Z. I said, let's take the kids to Universal Studios Epic Universe, which is a place that we've talked about going for a while. They've got Nintendo Land, they've got Harry Potter, they've got all this other stuff. And I'm like, we're not doing anything on Christmas Day anyway. Let's just open presents Christmas Eve. Whatever present Santa brings, maybe we'll bring them with us, or maybe they can open them when we get back or something like that. But super early on Christmas morning, let's just take off. I was saying, let's surprise the kids maybe, and just get them out of bed, throw them in the car, and take off. And it's about a 2-hour drive for us from where we live. And let's just go to Universal for the day. And so that's what I thought we were doing. And then about a week ago, was it a week ago that you were like, I don't want to go to Universal?
Okay. I'll let you finish. But yeah.
No, I'm done. You tell me where it goes.
So
from there.
Some backstory. So yes, Charles approached me about doing Universal Studios or Universal Park with our kiddos. And I had some apprehension in regards to doing that. For one, if you don't know, which you guys probably don't, I love, love, love Christmas. And in my mind, Christmas Day for us was just going to be a day spent in our pajamas, sipping cider, hot cocoa, watching, some Christmas movies, playing games, having a nice Christmas dinner. That was the plan for me in my mind, stress-free. And so Charles approached me with the Universal, and I told him, and you would agree to this, I'm like, I'm not really sure, but I know that it was really important for him to provide experiences with our kiddos. And it's important to me too, right? And so I said, maybe, yes, maybe we can, I'll be on board for that. And we were talking a few days ago, and I was telling him, I'm not really sure that I want to do this. And the reason why is Christmas Eve, our youngest one has a half day of his daycare. 2, it's been a custom for Charles. His dad is a part of this country club, and every year Christmas Eve, we try to get the kids together and all dolled up, and we drive down about, how many minutes is it?
Like 45, 50 minutes.
45, 50 minutes. And we're usually there by 6:37. And, we spend an hour or 2, we stand there and, try to hunt down a Santa, take a picture, and then jump back home and go to sleep, right? And so what I'm saying, it cuts into our Christmas Eve time. And so if you were to do the Universal Studios, when do we get to have, our Christmas dinner? When do we get to lounge in our jammies? Those are the things I think, for me, is traditional for Christmas, or the traditions that I want to have. And yes, I love experiences, but with 3 kiddos, one who's 21 months old, a 7 and an 8-year-old, there is no just throwing them all in the car, doing Universal. It's something we have to plan. It is a full day. And I think I wouldn't have the full Christmas experience, because Christmas Eve, for the most part, I think we're going to be a little bit stressed out with trying to go to the country club and, trying to get presents open, because we would have to open presents Christmas Eve if we're having to throw the kids into the van at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and then drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to the Orlando area. And I just thought it sounded more stressful than relaxing. And in my mind, I wanted to be just relaxed, hanging out with the kiddos, Christmas Day after opening presents and having breakfast. Maybe the kids play with their toys, then we find a fun park locally. That, to me, would be a Christmas Day well spent. Regardless, I'm still open if it's really important to Charles. Christmas really is about spending it with family, but I just thought it would be nice to just kind of be a little bit more carefree than, fighting lines and driving and, all of those things. That was my thought process.
And I feel like I'm more prone to wanting to get out of the house than Z is, because I work in the house, and, come Monday, tomorrow, Z's going to go back to her office. She's going to get out of the house. But the kids aren't going anywhere. The kids are on winter break, so they're going to be at the house. Now, granted, we do have an au pair. We have live-in childcare, but it's still not quiet. So I feel like I'm anticipating a bunch of stir crazy for the next couple of weeks, because in general, I can't get away from the house, and I can't get my quiet and all that. Now, granted, you might say, oh, gee, well, Universal Studios, that sounds like a whole lot of not quiet. Well, true. However, a release for me is seeing new things, getting to break out my camera stuff, and getting to get pictures and videos of the kids doing things, and so it's a release for me to get out of the house, even if we're doing stuff with the kids. That's great for me. What's annoying is being cooped up in the house with the kids with nothing to do. That's what's annoying to me, and so I see where Z's coming from as far as wanting to have a relaxing Christmas, but then also with me, I'm inside so much, I just want to get out and do things.
No, I get it, right? And the opposite for me, I spend so much time outside the home, and I think talking to people with my job that sometimes I just don't want to be around excluding you and the kiddos, I don't want to be around as much people. I just want to be a little bit more relaxed and not out, if that makes sense. Granted, I don't really go that far for work. But I'm willing to compromise, right? I'm willing to do the Universal, the theme park. It's just not what I ideally had in mind to do, right?
I'm kind of like Z's trad wife. You come home and you're tired from work, and I'm like, take me out, take me out, take me out.
You said that, okay? I'm not, no, it's not the case. But we'll see. And then you kind of touch a little bit about what has you frustrated also, right? With our kiddos, like many of you, our kids are out for the next 2 weeks. The week of Christmas and the week of New Year's are out of school. And yes, we're fortunate or privileged enough to have an au pair or a live-in nanny that helps us, but she needs a little bit of guidance on activities for the kids to do. And it's 3 kiddos, like I said, 21 months, 7 and 8 years old, and they're very, very active, right? Like any kiddo. And so I know for Charles, he feels like the burden falls on him because he works at home. He's a full-time job or jobs. And when the kiddos are home, you know, they do find ways, I think, of getting to daddy. Even when daddy's upstairs or in the room. And so
I'll always be sitting on the meeting and then I hear, Daddy!
Yeah, it's true. They find a way, especially our daughter, right? And so you kind of explain how you're feeling, like what has you a little bit frustrated or anxious or stressed about that.
Yeah, so Z's been mentioning to me today that I feel that I'm acting especially on edge today.
Yeah.
And that's true. Because the little things that she says to try to rile me up, they're actually working today. And which usually I'm better at brushing it off. And I think it's because I'm anticipating this upcoming 2 weeks. Now, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day are going to be fine. You know, New Year's Day is going to be fine. Z's off work. You know, those are the times that we're both off work, and that's great because when we're both off work, we spend time with the kids together. We do things. That's great. What's annoying is when I'm working from home and the kids are at home, and I feel like I'm anticipating. I'm building up the anticipation for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, because I know it's going to be a thing.
Of this week, Christmas week, or you mean?
This upcoming, like tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Okay.
Because like you mentioned, we have to come up with a schedule.
Yeah.
Where we have to tell our au pair, okay, you take the kids to the park this time. We'll have to call up friends to arrange play dates with their kids, and then we'll have to tell our au pair, okay, these people live there, you need to take the kids there at this time, and then afterwards they're going to come back, and if we don't specifically have things scheduled for them to do, then they're going to be at the house and it's going to be daddy. And so I'm not a person who likes to fly by a schedule, actually.
I think that's I'm sorry to cut you, but I think that's a problem because I understand your frustration, but I'm like, I think in my mind, right, I know you have a different viewpoint, it can be very easy, right? Monday, from this time to this time or sometime during the day, take the kids to the park, right? She's been to, a few local parks around us with the kiddos, right? Tuesday, do, I don't know, a play date, right? Wednesday, Christmas Eve, we may want to spend part of that day with the kiddos. You're off Wednesday, I'm off Wednesday, which is Christmas Eve. Thursday is Christmas Day. Of course, we're going to be with our kiddos that day. Friday can be another time that, she goes to the library or something of that nature with the kiddos, or the kiddos have karate.
I've got to show her how to take the kids to the library.
Yeah, or karate, or it can be another,
Yeah, it's all right.
Ooh, the Costco traffic
Costco's
is
busy
kicking.
today.
I guess to be expected before Christmas. You know, so I feel like this was something that we should have expected. So I guess maybe I don't really quite understand the frustration because I'm like,
well, you don't have to deal with it.
I'm trying to help you.
You go to work.
And see, that's the issue. I'm trying to help him come up with a solution, and I feel like he wants to carry the burden himself. Right?
Carry what burden, myself?
Well, I'm trying to help you come up with a solution. You're like, well, can you help me come up with a schedule? Yes, I will help you come up with a schedule.
I know we have to come up with a schedule, but it doesn't
Do they have to go to the trampoline park? No, they don't necessarily have to go to the trampoline park. Do they have to, you know?
I know
Do I think she's capable of finding the library on her own? Yes, I think she's capable to find the library on her own. Do they have to necessarily take books from the library if she doesn't understand the process? No. So I feel like there are solutions, right? You just, I don't know, I feel like he just tends to carry the burden for himself. And sometimes I also feel like he doesn't set boundaries for himself, and then he gets overburdened and then frustrated, and then it spills out. That's my viewpoint.
And you're just gonna run off to work and leave me at home.
Oh yeah, because me working from 7:40 to 4:30, seeing patients, diabetes, blood in their stool, headaches, hypertension. It's just a walk in the park.
Pretty much.
Oh.
But yeah, so that's why I'm a little anxious about this upcoming week.
Yeah.
And yes, we're going to have to. So this is me avoiding the fact that we're going to have to sit down and come up with a schedule for all of these things, because it's Sunday. I'm relaxing and I don't want to deal with it, and so that's why I'm really a pissy pants, is because it's my Sunday. I want to relax. I want to hang out with you. I want to go to Costco, make a video, push baby man around in the stro, and I do not want to think about the fact that we have to make an hour by hour schedule for our childcare for the next 2 weeks. Doesn't make me happy. But we're gonna have to do it. I acknowledge we're gonna have to do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm frustrated that he's frustrated because I see there's a solution for it. We're going to have to invest a little bit of time,
we'll do it tonight.
With communication, coming up with a schedule, but I don't see where, if it's communicated properly, where there's going to be an issue. But anyway, let us know down below, what are your plans for Christmas? Do you think Christmas should be spent at home, or would you be open to traveling or going to theme parks for Christmas? And then tell us, what are your plans if you have kiddos or grandkiddos? What are your plans for the winter break? Do you have any trips, or how do you keep your little ones entertained? But until the next video, we'll talk to you guys later.